Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. You all know, most of you know, that I have a bunch of adopted children. I also have children who are kind of fostered, but not fostered through the system where there's pay. In fact, they've aged out of the foster system and still need the love of a family. They need the love of a family because many of them never had it. My youngest son, whenever it was anybody's birthday, the beginning of that morning, he was sad. He was sad, and the sad would go to anger. And by the time it was time to blow out a cake or open a present, he just couldn't take it. He was throwing things, and he was angry because how dare they have a special day? Now, yeah, he's on the spectrum and got some things going on, but we do the same thing. We now have a tradition in our family when it's one person's birthday, everybody gets something. It's not a big something. The birthday person gets a big something, but they also get little somethings to hand out and give to everybody else so that everybody else gets a sense of being blessed by that person being born. And that helped. But I think that for the past, I don't know, 5, 6 months, we've said Black Lives Matter, and it's a little bit too much for too many people. It's like, what about me? And Black Lives Matter doesn't mean your life doesn't matter. Everybody's life matters. It means for us to take care of everybody, we've got to focus on this one that's been ignored, abused, murdered for too long. That's what it means. It means today is their birthday. And yet we feel like we have to be the center of the narrative. And when you've been the center of the narrative, or the only one writing the book, or the only one in the book for so long, and someone else has a story to tell, it becomes difficult for people who've always had it that way. Here's what you should know. Love is not zero sum. Love is not one pie where if you cut a slice, you only have the rest. And if I cut more than half of that pie and give it to one person, everybody else has to fight over what's left. It is not zero sum. If I win, you lose. If I get more, I have to take it from you. Love happens in a way that the more you give, the more it grows. The same is true for economy. There are so many pies that have never been made or tapped into because we limit the output of one or two groups of people. Certain people are not allowed in. And those certain people with a new idea is gone. I mean, there are many more pies. When I was a girl growing up, no one knew that there would be a phone that you held in your hand that wasn't tied to the wall, that you could actually record messages through and send them out through a social media. All of those are new pies. There's many, many more. I mentioned yesterday that I've been making my family, my daughter, my niece, and I, we've been making masks, and we've made over 15,000 masks. Yeah, you can buy a mask for $10. Somebody said, yeah, but we've made like 375 and we gave ours away. 13,000 of the 15,000 were given away. But the interesting thing about that is when I say that to my friends who have plenty, they say things like, why would you do that? Why would you give that away? Do you know what you could make off people in nursing homes? Off of people in jail? Off people in prison? Off people in mental health clinics? You either give it away and enjoy the process along the way, or you sit with all of your stuff around you, alone in a room, declaring that you're the best, the best in the room, the most this, the most that, because no one's in the room with you. Love is not zero sum. The more I give, the more that comes into my life. Sharing this way has brought so much joy. It gives me so much joy that I invite people in the joy giving. The simple act of getting a mask now puts out 10 more. You want to get in on this? Is what I say to my friends. And they're like, what do we have to do? Because the last time we came over and made coats, we went out to dinner every week. We had friendship. I wasn't so bothered by what was going on in my house. I wasn't so bothered by the news because I had this beautiful community and have it. Because then it extended out. We met a woman who said, come meet me. I've got some coats for you. Met someone else who said, hey, give me a call. I've got some fabric that I think you can use for coats. My textile guy in New York said, what do you need? And then when the pandemic hit and everything was shut down and he couldn't go, all of my friends said, how can we support him? Folks would like you to believe that if I win, you lose. The truth of the matter is, if I win, we all do. Love is not zero sum. That's why I can give it away so freely every single day. I love you.